What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WideBody Nation. There are over 6,000 Charger V8s and over 6,000 Challenger V8s left on dealer lots right now, and both of those stats are brand new, not used, not certified. 6,000 and 6,000 new 2022s and 2023s left on lots right now, and a lot of them, obviously with 2022s, have been on the lot for over a year. I'm going to show you guys some crazy price history on these. We're talking, some of them are 600 days on the lot, up to 700 days on these lots, which is darn near 2 years, if not 2 years, almost to the day. So with that being said, this builds on my last few videos on pricing and how banks are not wanting to finance even up to MSRP, let alone over MSRP. So check this out, and I'm going to show you guys some tools here on cars.com, on edmunds.com to show car values, and a lot of these tools can work on other sites as well if you guys like Car Gurus or Car Edge, or there's many different car buying sites, and many of them have similar features. You just got to kind of know where to click. So I'm going to use cars.com to show you guys here. If you guys haven't protected your Mopar at destroyer1320.com with your neutral strap cover, highly recommend you guys go over there. We protect every every modern Mopar, Durangos, Jeeps, TRXs, 1500s, Challengers, Chargers, 300s, the whole 9 yards. Head over to destroyer1320.com, and I'll mention them later in this video. But let's jump right into it. And I have some these are real cars. I'll pull up the dealer websites too, so you guys know these aren't just stale listings, because that does happen. So on cars.com, up here on the top left, you see 6,256 matches for my search criteria. I searched 8 cylinders, new Dodge Charger. So has to be new, has to be a V8. So that's your RTs all the way up to, red-eye wide-body jailbreaks, right? Because we're talking Chargers here. Now, on Challengers, we're also almost 7,000, 6,790. So when you combine Challenger and Charger V8s, that is about 13,000 new 2022s and 2023s still on the lot. And remember, at one point in 2020/2021, we were down under 1,000 across the nation. And this is a nationwide search, if you guys were wondering. Obviously, supply will vary a bit based on your locality, but there's plenty of inventory to go around here. So with that being said, my first example I wanted to show you guys, which is just bananas, is this very kind of regular RT. Now, nothing too crazy. I mean, you guys do see they're offering almost $13,000 off, about $12,500 off of MSRP. Moving in the right direction here. That's about 20% off of MSRP. Check out this price history on the right here. You see, I know I'm kind of blocking you guys, but price history, I'll keep scrolling, and let's see if I can get rid of that. No, I can't. All right. So listed on this website 721 days ago. Obviously, this is going to be a 2022 Dodge Charger RT. 2022, you know those tires got to be flat spotted. You know that oil, that coolant, maybe some electrical gremlins. How many times has a bird pooped on that black car and they haven't cleaned it off within even a week, let alone a day or two, right? I bet you the paint on this car is suspect at best, and there's a lot of other sus things with this car, especially because it's been on the lot almost exactly 2 years. And look, they just keep dropping it. I mean, this is about a year's worth of price history here. You know, this time last year, it was up at $54K, just under MSRP. Then they started dropping. They just can't sell it to save their life. This dealership is Miracle Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I believe that's pretty close to me. Pennsylvania, so about a day's drive, about 500 miles, give or take. Closer to where I grew up in Maryland, actually. But you can see they've just been dropping the price. And I bet you if you try to get financed on this car, it's a 2022. You guys saw in my last video that most banks Yeah, the car might have never been titled or registered or had a loan or a lien against it or been leased or anything like that. But a lot of banks, I reckon, would consider this technically a used car because it's 2024 now. We are in the meat of 2024. If you go on most banks' website, currently PenFed, Navy Fed, USAA, Chase, Wells Fargo, all your big dogs, most of them will put what constitutes as a new car and what constitutes as a used car. And the first thing they'll put is the year that they consider a new car, and the year and lower they consider a used car. So just because this car has basically next to no miles, hasn't been registered, hasn't been titled, nothing like that, 34 miles, maybe 100 miles because it's been moved around a lot, hopefully driven a little bit, right? I guarantee you banks are more likely to finance this as a used car. And oh, by the way, used car interest rates are naturally higher than new car interest rates. Not only are new car interest rates sometimes promotional rates from the manufacturer, in this case Chrysler Capital, but used car interest rates are seen as more risky or more of a liability. So maybe if this was technically a new car, maybe if you tried to buy a 2023 version of this that had only been on the lot for 100 days or something, maybe you could get 5, 6, 7% financing. When you guys finance used cars, whatever that term is, you usually have to add 1 to 3%, generally speaking, to whatever credit score or whatever rate you were going to qualify for. And I'll do a very nitpicky video on rates, but that's not what this video is about. But again, check that out. This Charger RT, almost to the day, 2 years, and they have dropped the price over the past year, it appears, by over $12,000. Some of that is incentive based from Dodge, like kind of a power dollars deal. And most of it is a dealer discount because they probably bought this car for about 50 grand. Invoice has about 10%, give or take, factored into it. So they're probably in this car 50 grand plus all the fees they've paid to keep the car on the lot for 2 years. Now, you guys probably aren't and here's the car on their website. This is the exact same car. I checked the last numbers of the VIN, 897, and you guys can see here the last numbers of the VIN down here, 897. So this car does exist. You guys will see that sometimes on these car finding websites. They don't refresh quick enough or dealerships don't take their listings down. But this car, boom, that is this car right here. 2 years on the lot, discount of $12,000 plus doll hairs. Now, you guys might say, oh yeah, RTs, they made a ton of them and, they're not that popular anymore because you got the SCATs, you got the HELLCATs, you got the Red Eyes, you got the Super Stocks, you got the Demons, you got all these custom builds, right? Okay, that's a fair criticism. Challengers are no different. Challengers are almost worse. Dodge is actually giving you guys more money off Challengers from Dodge because Challengers are selling even slower than Chargers. Let's go ahead and pull up one of these bad boys and see how long this has been on the lot. Some of these won't give you price. Oh, there we go. 680 days, and they haven't dropped the price by more than $1,000. Let's see if this one is on the dealer's website. Boom. Boom. Right there. Okay, so they do have a big dealer discount. So the MSRP on this one, kind of similar to other RT that we were just looking at, $11,000. And then Dodge also has a $1,000 discount because it's early in the month. So I would expect that discount might actually go up as we get later into the month and they publish the new incentives. But, 680 days, that's, again, almost 2 years on this Challenger RT. What I did want to show you guys before I get too deep in another rabbit hole, check out this car. This is a 2022 narrow body Hellcat, I believe non-red eye. Nope, no red eye. $83,000 sticker, still listed for, still listed for sticker price. Look at this spec though. Here's the window sticker. $83,000. It is a SRT Hellcat plus package, carbon suede headliner, driver convenience group, Laguna leather package, 8-speed transmission, painted hood and painted hood, probably also painted trunk and roof, spoiler, brass monkey wheels. And you guys can tell this car was probably built by somebody and then they never bought it, and then this thing has just sat on the lot for almost 2 years. I mean, it's a 2022. It doesn't show us the price history on cars.com, unfortunately, but you guys can tell this thing has been straight up marinating on this lot. And I mean, here's excellent credit, 72 months, no down payment, and you're looking at a almost $1,600 a month car payment at 7% with excellent credit. And that's even, they would even finance you that entire deal because we're assuming no trade-in and no down payment. 60 months, boom, 7% interest rate. We talked about how the interest rate, the lowest interest rate you guys could possibly get unless a bank or a manufacturer is taking a loss is about 5%. The federal funds rate right now, the federal interest rate is 5.33%. So that's pretty much the bottom dollar for interest rates right now. So, that's why excellent credit can finance this car at 6 or 7%. Average credit, you're looking at 8, 9, 10%. And then poor credit, they're just looking at not giving people loans at this point. They're just really not. It's different than how it used to be, but it kind of is what it is. If you guys want to know what you could, how to get a good idea of what you guys should pay for your car, I recommend most VINs this will work with. So if you guys go to Edmunds.com, if you highlight, we'll try it right now. It's going to take a second because I have to click through a bunch of stuff on the website. But let's see how much Edmunds thinks that this charger is it's MSRP 55 grand. Dealerships got it listed for 43 grand. Let's plug this launch code into Edmunds.com. Okay, it picked it right up. Good to go. We'll use my zip code. I think it is black, from what I remember. Yep, black on black. We'll just go with everything. Mileage, we'll keep it outstanding condition. Mileage, we'll put it at 500 miles. You drive it home from the dealership. Please enter a valid mileage. Okay, it's not letting us go with 500. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure it's in great shape. And let's see how much Edmunds.com thinks this car is worth as soon as you drive it off the lot. And this is the 2022, remember, so it's essentially already oh my goodness. All right, so in outstanding condition, which I doubt this car technically is, it's probably more in a clean condition at best, and that's no check engine light, no maintenance issues, no leaks, no dry rotted tires, no flat spotted tires, no nothing. Trade-in value of this car, best case scenario, is 37, almost 38 grand. So 38 grand, let's just say best case scenario trade-in value, and this car is listed for 43 grand. Now, if you guys wanted to be a little bit more, it's probably average condition at best, 36, 37 grand at best. Private party, they think you could sell it for 38 to 41 grand. If this dealership can't sell it new for 43 grand, I doubt you guys could sell it for that. And dealership retail, they basically agree with the dealership pricing that this could be sold at a dealer retail with 1,000 miles and in perfect outstanding condition, could be sold for anywhere from 41 to 45 grand. So right now, this is crazy. You've got dealerships with new cars advertising them for lower than what they would be considered used worth or retail on Edmunds.com. This should show you guys that the market is just in crisis. Stuff like this happens when supply and demand are not calibrated well. This stuff happens. You get all these outliers just everywhere. Crazy high prices, crazy low prices, cars on lot forever. Some cars sell really quickly for some reason. This is what happens when brands lose control of their own market, and it's due to their own shady dealerships, deceptive Dodge, terrible Stellantis. This is what happens. Again, there are quite literally 6,790 V8 Challengers on the market right now. And you could say that some of these listings might be stale or might be sold, but there are other dealerships that don't use cars.com. So I would say it's fair to say that there's probably about 6,000 to 7,000 new 2022s and 2023s on dealership lots. And the same thing with Chargers, 6,000 to 7,000. That is an absurd amount of cars that are just sitting there waiting to be bought. So what should you guys do other than what I've already shown you with looking at how long people have had these on their lots, all that stuff, and using Edmunds.com and other car valuation services? If you guys are even thinking about buying one of these cars, get pre-approved, because that is the right thing to do, because then you're negotiating in good faith, right? If you know you can pay up to 50 grand for a car, you can go in. Don't pay 50 grand for a car that you could get for 40. But for instance, on this car that we've been talking about and that we use here on Edmunds.com, I would go in and essentially try to get the car for 38, because that would be my goal, if not lower. This dealership has had this car for literally 2 years. They're probably paying hundreds of dollars of interest per month to keep that car there, because their floor plan also has an interest rate. So you should be trying to walk out of that dealership basically stealing the car. It's a 55 grand car sticker, but Dodge raised those stickers very quickly over the 2021 to 2023 window. The stickers went up by about 20%. So that's why you guys are seeing these cars at about 20% off, and they need to go lower. Don't pay even close to sticker. Make sure you go on Dodge.com, figure out how much money Dodge is taking off, not the Dodge dealership, Dodge the manufacturer, and then also factor in that dealer discount. I could go on about this for a long time, because I have not seen this many V8s just sitting on lots. The thing that I will leave you guys with is the other interesting fact that now that all the Demons are pretty much sold, you got Super Stocks, you've got Red Eyes, and you've got Demons that are all listed for a extreme amount of money. You got Demons, Super Stocks here. There's a 2023. They want 50K over, and I'm not surprised. They're almost 50K over. You know, you've got a lot of you got a 2018 Demon that's new. This is probably an old listing. That's probably an old listing as well. But yeah, look at all these Demons that are old listings. So that's not a great look for dealerships and cars.com, but check that out. You know, these Super Stocks and these Red Eyes, they are asking a pretty penny for, and here's another Demon listed at 100K over. I bet you the sticker on this car is $136,000, $536. I bet you they want 100K over. I bet you they do. So if you guys have a Red Eye or higher, I would say that the Red Eyes are actually probably not falling in value, because you can't find them anymore. You can find Hellcats, SCAT packs, RTs all day on all these car finding websites. There are very, very, very few Red Eyes for sale, and a lot of times they're like kind of a weirdly spec'd narrow body, or they're a really overpriced wide body where you're like, I'm not paying 50K over for a Red Eye. If I'm going to pay 50K over, I'm going to find myself a Demon. Maybe. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys go ahead and go to destroyer1320.com. Protect your Mopar. We do have some new products on there. We have our level 2 that goes under our normal plate, our original product, and then we also have the VIN covers here that go ahead and allow you to, like, when you park, you put the VIN cover in so that no one can come up and steal your Mopar. Make sure you guys check your state and local laws with all the modifications you install on your car. You know, we ship 50 statewide, so certain states have different laws that they enforce and different laws that they don't enforce, or that they don't even have on the books. So just be aware of that. But definitely protect your Mopars. We cover Challenger, Charger, 300, any 1500 Ram within the year range that we cover, Jeeps and Gladiators and Wranglers. We cover Grand Cherokees, including the TrackHawk, and we cover Durangos, Hellcat Durango, RT, SRT, GT, all those guys, because obviously these are some of the most stolen cars over the past half a decade or so, if we're being honest. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Jump down in the comments below, leave a like, subscribe if you want, but we appreciate your support on Destroyer1320.com. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys for the next video.